Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Jet Set Live. Today I am in my adopted hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so here's a little known fact about me. I am fascinated by DJs. It's an absolute mystery to me how they do what they do, and today I'm hopefully going to get some answers. I'm here at one of the hottest new bars in Atlanta, Bottle Bar, to meet with the world-class DJ Mike B. Now, DJ Mike is one of the most sought-after DJs in the world. He's been at this game a long time, and he knows what he's doing. And I consider myself privileged that he agreed to meet with me. Let's go find out how he does what he does.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jet Set Live. Now today, I have DJ Mike B. And I asked him, like, what do we call you? This is Michael. I like long walks on the beach. I'm a Virgo. Are you a Virgo?
I'm an Aquarius.
He's an Aquarius. I'm a Virgo.
Yes.
But I have 2 pages.
Well, Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow. He said he likes Barry Manilow too, and I told
With
him
candlelit dinner on the beach.
that I saw Barry Manilow once in Palm Springs, and he looked like he was coming out of a female body part. It was like he was entering the Earth's atmosphere. By the way, we are at Bottle Bar in Atlanta. Ding. Promotional consideration provided by.
Hottest place in Atlanta?
I should give you full disclosure. I secretly want to be a DJ.
Oh, so that's what this is about.
I am 45 years old, almost, and I'm having a midlife crisis. Now, I actually don't want to be a DJ, but I have always thought that it is an absolutely incredible career. So I want to ask you a couple of questions about how you do what you do.
Okay.
There'll be one word of a song that you'll repeat over and over and over and over again. How do you extract that lyric and put it on top of completely different music? I'm trying to figure out technically how that happens.
All right. Well, usually when a song is released,
Yeah.
say the new Britney Spears.
Okay.
Hold It Against Me.
Yeah.
She released the acapella, which is just the words and no music,
To who?
to the world.
Now, would the average person know that there were 2 releases of that song?
Well, it's not really another release. It's what they do is the labels, they'll take the acapella, and everybody's remixing now. Like, that's the whole. It's like, the first song that comes out is a remix of that remix. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, the labels, what they would do is like, when Britney's in the studio singing, you have different tracks.
Yeah.
And you have all the music, and then you have her voice.
Okay.
So what they do is they take that track, which is her voice, the acapella, and they extract it and send it off to the world so people can remix it. It keeps the momentum for the song. What I think is why they do it. It keeps the momentum for the song because people keep remixing it and doing new stuff, and it actually gives the song, the track, longevity. If you have the real acapella, then you can do the remixes, or you can, I like to do live remixes where I'll take the acapella and I'll throw different beats under it. I like to remix things to what I go out there and I'll play all the music that I like.
Yeah.
I have to like it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to play it. Like, I'm not going to play Justin Bieber. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. But I have to like it.
Huh.
And and if you don't like it, then you don't like my DJing. You don't like me, because this is I'm projecting myself.
Yeah.
I'm not just a jukebox.
Yeah.
I feel I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And I am orchestrating the night. So I have to like it.
So tonight, when you flip the switch on to start your night,
I don't know what I'm doing.
you literally don't know what you're doing.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
I know what you do. I know you know what you're doing, but you don't know. There's no sequence to it.
No, usually, all right, when I go out of town or when I do a show like that, like a big show, this is more of club atmosphere to where, you know, I'm starting the night out and I'm kind of playing housey, loungy stuff while people are coming in and it's starting to get crowded, and then I'll start pumping it up, and then I'll climax it, bring them down, go back. It's a roller coaster, I like to say.
So there's an arc that happens.
Yes, there's definitely an arc, because, like, you know, you don't want to play at 10 o'clock, you know, at night when people are just coming in, they haven't had any drinks or extracurricular or whatever they're doing. You don't want to, like, hit them with the hard stuff because they're going to be like, I'm not ready. So
timing is critical.
Absolutely, you build them into it. The difference when I go out of town and do a show, it's like I'll be headlining, and I'll go on at like 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning, prime time.
They're ready.
They're ready. I start off with my banging stuff, and usually when I go into that, I'll know how I'm going to start, but that's it.
Do you ever shock yourself where you're like, I'm going to put this thing on and I know people are going to go nuts, and then either they don't or you put something on and they leave the dance floor? Because I noticed something. When I go to a club, a song will come on, the girls particularly will run to the dance floor, but then if it's changed to something that they don't like or feel, the dance floor will empty like that.
Maybe 10 years ago, but I've been doing this for, I'm going to sound old now, I've been doing this almost about 18 years.
Uh-huh.
And maybe back then,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't read, but I pride myself on reading the crowd, so I know what they're going to like and what they're not going to like.
Uh-huh.
And say for some crazy experience, they don't feel a song that I put on,
Yeah.
I'm out of it right away.
So you put it on, and if you look and you see something, they're leaving or they're not dancing.
I'll usually get a look. I could get a look, like they like to do it here sometimes, like, you know, the girl in front who's been jamming all freaking night.
Yeah.
You put on one song because you're trying to please.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody.
Yeah.
But you're gonna please. I'm gonna put on a song that's gonna please the majority.
Uh-huh.
So, or a groove or something that's gonna please the majority. So some people might get a little pissed, and you'll have the girls.
Right. But you make the call by looking at her and going, yeah, but 85% of the audience is moving, and I'm sorry you don't like it. So.
95% of the time, this is what I do. but yeah, I'm not gonna get into all that because there's a barrier, and
Uh-huh.
you know, you have to know what you can and can't play.
Meaning sometimes you can cross the white line and go to ghetto or the reverse.
Exactly.
Okay.
And to be honest, most white people now like the ghetto stuff.
Right.
Right.
Because that's what I'm noticing.
Right, but you know, if you go all ghetto, then the club turns into ghetto, and it's
So
just I can go into an all black club,
Yeah.
like, and I have
Yeah.
before, put my hair up in spikes,
Yeah.
you know, go crazy out there with tank top, tattoos, you know,
Yeah.
light my record on fire, and they love it.
And they're
Like,
cool with
and
it.
I'm playing ghetto stuff, but then I could go to a rave, and you know, with like, you know, kids and like.
So this is going to come across as a stupid question, but how do you, I know this is your job, but beyond that, how do you possibly keep up with all of it? How do you know what contemporary black wants and 30-something white wants and, you know, 50-something, like, how do you know all of that?
You have an idea. I'm on the internet every day.
Yeah.
I'm surfing. I'm figuring out what's getting hot. I'm on Billboard. I'm looking at that stuff. But I'm also, I think the best barometer is when you're in a club. People come up and tell you, you know, even though I hate it, when when they talk, it's
Why do you hate it?
like,
Because they're telling you how to paint.
well, they're first off, it's like I like to, like I said, I like to see myself as an artist, and I'm giving you me, and like somebody will come up and I want to hear this, this, and this, or they'll write a napkin. I'll tell you about the napkin in a second.
Okay.
And it'll be a list of songs, and if you bring a lot of money up there with you, that's fine. I'm good with that. But like,
Does that go on?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
And just so we know,
I've-
we have it on record, what is the appropriate thing? Because I never knew that. What's the appropriate thing? What would a DJ think is not insulting and appropriate to play a song?
Well, first off, it depends on if you're a woman or a man.
Okay?
And if you're a hot girl,
This is why I do this, by the way.
usually they can get away with it, but sometimes you'll have the hot girl that comes up and it's like, she knows she's hot. And will you play this song? It's like, all right, yeah, get out of my face.
Right.
But I've had, somebody will come up, like usually it'll be a dude that's got money, and it'll be like, hey man, can you play this song for me? Here's $20.
Huh?
That's good.
Okay.
Or even just something that's not $1.
Uh-huh.
Somebody will give me $1.
So it doesn't have to be
I'll
50
think $1 is more insulting than not giving me money.
I see that.
A guy will come up, hey dude, can you play this song? And $1. I'm like, what do you want me to do with this?
Right.
I come off as an asshole, but it's like, the whole fact is that this is what I do.
Right.
It's like, I say to people, I said, what do you do? I had this one girl, I'm like, what do you do? Because she kept coming up and like bitching and like,
I don't like this, I don't like that.
yeah. And I said, what do you do? She's like, I'm a landscaper. I said, do I come over to your freaking house that you landscape and say the bushes are shitty? What, can I curse?
Yeah, you can curse, yeah.
The bushes are shitty.
Yeah.
You need to cut them. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I'm doing my job here. And they'll usually ask for a song at like 10 o'clock. They'll ask for like a hit song. It's like, I'm going to get to it at 12, when people are here. I don't want to waste it now.
So there's a bit of like, almost they look at it like they're at a wedding or something.
Yeah, it's like, I understand, like, you're a paying customer and, I'm here to please you, but a lot of people come to see me,
Huh?
Do
you get napkins every night?
All right, so the napkin. There was a long-going thing on Twitter that I was doing and Facebook. This freaking napkin would follow me everywhere I went. And it would always try to tell me what to play. So that's what I would tweet. Like, I hate you, napkin. And I would take a picture of the napkin and put it on Twitter. And it was like this freaking napkin. And it was like, it was huge. People were like commenting on, oh, this stupid napkin's following you again. And then like other DJs would like tweet me back with pictures of, Mike, your napkin's here. It's not the same napkin, of course.
It's a metaphorical napkin.
There it
if
is.
you will.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
I hate you, napkin. I haven't seen a napkin for a couple months, so I'm good.
Is there a difference between, just so you know, we're here in Atlanta, and DJ Mike plays on a radio station called Q100. Is there a difference between what you do on Q100 versus what you do when you're live?
Absolutely.
What's the biggest difference?
Music. I have to stick to a certain format. They don't tell me what to play, but I can't go off base. I have to play Q100 music every
Their format.
second or third song.
Their what's on their playlist.
Exactly. But remix, I could remix it and do other stuff. I'm a little handcuffed. You don't really get all of me on the radio. Now it's just, like I said, everyone's a DJ. Like Serato came out, it's the program that changed everything.
Software?
It's a software that changed everything.
Like Pro Tools or?
No, it's a software, I'll show you later.
Okay.
It's connected to a box that's connected to the mixer and turntables, and then you have a control record, So the control record is how you're controlling the music, and the music is on the virtual turntables.
Okay.
So you only have to have those 2 records,
Yeah.
and you have all your music in the iTunes and everything, and you use that. And you just drag and drop. So that eliminated, like, before Serato came out 7 years ago, I'm carrying around 10 crates of records.
Right.
10 crates of records, like, you know, I was big just from,
Sure.
you know,
Vinyl's heavy.
back's killing me, but, you know, you're traveling, you're flying out of town, you're crates and crates of records, you're checking, it's like, it's a big pain in the ass. So now with the Serato, you don't have to do that anymore. You carry a computer around. It's more effective because now you have everything at your fingertips, so you can be faster. And you don't have to go out and buy, like, I'd spend $10 to $15 on a single piece of vinyl. I'd go to the record store and spend $200 and have like 7 songs. Now you just download everything or you make it and it's like ready to go. Like, so last night I had this idea for a remix. I did it in an hour and then I had it that night.
How many gigs of music would you say in total that you own?
With videos, I mean, like 500.
Okay, so almost half a terabyte.
Yeah, but I don't use. I like to organize my stuff once a month. So like I have in iTunes, like even a normal person, you have your iTunes, right?
Yeah.
You probably have crates, like, all right, hip hop or, you know,
Yeah.
funky house or this and that, right?
Yeah.
That's what I have. And I'll move things from, like, I have a prime time crate to where it's like the good stuff that I'm playing at the moment that they're like go-to songs that everybody's going to want to hear, and I'll keep it in there, and then I'll go through it once a month and I'll take out the stuff that I think is getting a little played.
So a new Pitbull song.
So I don't sound repetitive. The last thing I want to do is say, all right, being a resident DJ, I'm getting off topic here a little bit, but being a resident DJ is harder than being a touring DJ. 10 times harder. Like, I love touring. I love going out and spinning in new places, and because they've never heard you, or they hear you maybe once every 6 months, and you could do a tour of the US, go to all these places and pretty much play the same set.
Yeah.
And refine it, and, you know, add stuff, but also just make it solid so the last stop of your tour, you're like, you know, it's perfect. When you're a resident, and say like this place, you're here 2, 3, 4 nights a week, and a lot of the same people are coming in, you have to switch it up. You can't play the same stuff all the time. Like when G6 came out, when it was big,
Yeah.
like a G6.
Well, like a G6.
I mean, it's still big. Like, people go nuts over it.
Yeah.
I would play it. 5 minutes later, a girl would come up. Can you play G6?
I just played it.
I just played it. I know. Can you play it again?
Wow.
There was one time, and this is bad, but I don't care. I play what people want to hear. I played G6 like 5 times in a night.
Wow. Because they wanted to hear it.
I could have put it on a loop for half an hour.
What do you think about gimmicky DJs? I know that there's a topless chick running around International. She's kind of hot, and she spins topless. And there's all these gimmicky sort of, you know, quasi-celebrity DJs. What's your thought on that?
Well, that's the fault of Serato. That's the con.
Because anybody can do it.
The pro is the
Efficiency of it.
The efficiency and the flexibility. But before Serato, everybody wasn't a DJ. It wasn't the cool thing to do. And I was making, and me and all the other DJs were making a lot of money. Like, because there just wasn't that many of them, of us. Now, with Serato, I mean, there's programs that'll mix it for you. So everybody's a DJ, and you can just get the equipment, and 30 days later, you could spin. You know, so that's where all this like influx of gimmick and this and that.
What is the worst part about being a DJ, and what's the best?
You know, I get out of the house, I drink. You know, I get to look at hot girls.
Yeah.
I get to play music.
Yeah.
I need that energy from the crowd, and I feed off of it. When I'm at home, I get to make music, and I have a studio. I have a beautiful house that this DJing paid for. You know, I'm pretty much party and play music. You have to separate yourself from everybody else. And the people that really get it, like you, like the people that really get music, notice it. Like you said about the hot girl with the. Maybe you haven't heard her, but if you went and heard her, you know, you're gonna notice the difference.
Right.
You know, yeah, I DJ'd with a Playboy model before, and we had 3,000 people in front of us. I had to open for her. Because she was a big Playboy model. She was shaking so much when she got to the turntable, she couldn't mix. So I had to sit underneath her and mix for her. Yes. Yeah. And like the topless thing, you know, you never know. I mean, some of these people might be good. Like the topless girl, she might be,
She could be
great. I think there's a couple topless
Is
DJs.
there really?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Okay.
She could be great. My guess is she sucks, but.
There's even one with a head, right?
Oh, well, that's Deadmau5. That's
a whole different thing.
I'm just, all right, I see that. I see that, and it's like, dude, your head must get so hot. Like, I take clothes off. I take clothes off when I'm spitting because I get so hot. I'm a big guy, you know, and I'm like, I get hot. I can imagine wearing that head. Is like, it would just feel weird. But no, he's a big producer.
Oh, is he?
He's a big producer that a lot of these big DJs like David Guetta, for instance, all these guys, they are producers first. Tiesto, and then they branch out to DJing because they can go into a club like, say, David Guetta and get $100,000 a gig.
It's unbelievable.
And be booked 3 nights a week all over the world all year. I mean, these guys are pulling in millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's like.
Is there any downside?
Downside. You feel like shit the next day.
I was
like,
going to say the hours got to be tough.
The hours.
Hard.
It's like Sunday, I'm on my couch like this.
You don't. You know. I want to thank you
Yeah, thank you.
for all of this. And if it's cool with you, can you kind of like show me a little behind the scenes of what you do back there?
Sure.
Yeah? Let's go behind the scenes.
System overload. Enter voice authorization sample. All systems ready.
I'm controlling that side with this record.
Okay.
This is a control record. It sends out signals right here. Signal. That's the signal. It's sending out a tone, and the tone is like, here, wait, you could hear it. That's the tone it sends out. So this is just the acapella, right? So I'm going to take, on this side is an instrumental. See, this is the instrumental.
Okay, so stop 1 second. So tonight goes on, and you go, I want to hear XYZ beat. Do you have the beats listed in here?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have them sectioned off by beat?
BPM.
By BPM.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you have your beats for tonight? If you want to just pick a beat, where would you go? In which crate would you go in?
I'd go to instrumental.
Okay.
I have all my instrumentals in here. This is the BPM.
The 77?
Yeah. So like I knew that this Evanescence acapella was at 95 BPMs.
Yeah.
So I needed to pick an instrumental that was around that, so it would be the same BPM.
Wait a minute, let me make sure I understand that. The acapella, how do you know what the BPM is because there's no music? Is
What do
it
you
just
mean?
what?
No,
well,
you know what it is. You know what the original song is.
what the original song is.
But there's programs now that can, even if it's an acapella, will predict the BPM. Sometimes it's not right, but most of the time it is.
So your goal
So
is
I
to
put
match
it into program. I put it into, it's called Mix and Key, and it'll get the, even Serato, you could just put it in there and it'll tell you the BPM, and then so that's how I have everything organized.
But sometimes I hear your music, and you take music like, I've heard you take some Michael Jackson stuff, like You Are Not Alone, and you'll mix it with something way faster than, you'll take a ballad almost and mix it with something fast.
Well, I'm taking a ballad that's like 70 beats per minute,
Yeah.
and I double time it with 140 beat per minute beat, so I make it fast.
So it's okay to do that.
Yeah, I mean that's
You're
like
not trying to match.
a Millie, Lil Wayne
Yeah.
came out. That's 70 beats per minute. I did a remix, and it's here. I'll let you hear it. So I did this remix, and it's fast. It's just double time. So 70 goes into 140.
Like, how good is that?
You know?
It's unbelievable.
Hey.
Okay. All right. So then your goal. Do you ever just play a song and don't screw with mixing it? You
Yeah.
just go like, I want to just play the song.
Well, it depends on the song. Depends on how hot it is.
Uh-huh.
If it's all right, if it's like a brand new song like G6 when it came out, I didn't touch it.
Left it alone.
Step away. And if I get like antsy or anything, I'll do a little scratch or something. Just in the middle of it, like yeah.
It's so cool.
Like, how could you get tired of scratching? Like,
I get it.
it sounds.
I get it. That is
It's-
so cool.
Scratching's musical. It's like playing an instrument along with the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If you do it the right way.
Right.
Now, there's DJs, and like when I first started scratching, like it would be louder than that, and it would be ear piercing, and it would just be like, like just crap. But when you start learning, you learn like rolls and like clicks, and then you could transform. And just when I'm on stage doing a show, like a big show out of town, like I'll scratch with my nose, I'll pull the record up like this, and then I'll light the record on fire.
Like with gasoline. Oh, that's cool as shit. Thank you so much for doing this.
No
for me.
problem.
I
Thank you.
really appreciate
No
it.
problem, man.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's Jermaine Dupri. Y'all know I'm chilling with my man DJ Mike B, one of the baddest boys in the ATL. It's going down right now, you know what I mean? Hit that shit, homie.
Party people.